Welcome everyone to the MSP Expo. I'm Mike from Cyber Confidential, and we're here with the Managed Service Providers Association of America at this big event in Fort Lauderdale. I'm here with Fouzi Bouzid. Fouzi? Tell us about yourself and your business.
My name is Fouzi Bouzid. I'm located in Tampa, Florida. Technology Style is our MSP. We started it back in 2009.
How was that? Because 2009 was the height of the global financial crisis. Not always a great time to start your own business, especially in technology. What was the climate like then?
Well, if you look into like Microsoft, Apple, all those big companies started during the crisis. So in 2008 crash, I started having some thoughts about starting my own company and start from scratch. So everybody was starting from scratch at that time. So I said, oh, might as well, let's just do it. And it's been a dream of mine. So I had nothing to lose at that time. So
nice. That's the optimistic way to look at it. When you're low down, you can only look up. You know?
Exactly.
What were you doing before you started?
So I used to manage IT at Chase, JP Morgan Chase.
Okay.
Then I moved to T-Mobile doing the IT, identity management for IT at T-Mobile, and then I started Technology Style.
What was like the real motivation? Was it because were you caught up in a cut from Chase? Is that like part of
T-Mobile.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's what happened. So I got laid off from T-Mobile, and the market wasn't that great. So I said, like you said, it's from win-win. So let's follow my dream and start a company.
Nice. I think a lot of entrepreneurs can relate to that, myself included, because the same sort of thing happened with COVID. There were a lot of cuts, a lot of layoffs, and many of the young entrepreneurs here that are early in their MSP journey are there because they got cut from a previous company during COVID and then decided to go off on their own.
Yeah, it's like you have nothing to lose at that point.
Give us some of the war stories from the early days so that they can be lessons learned for anyone learning that's like in the second year or third year of their business.
Well, the biggest shock when you work for a big corporation in IT, so I'm a network engineer by trade, so I know how to do the work. But once you start your own business, so you're the accountant, you have to look for the sales, you have to look for clients. And sometimes the nightmare was for me at the beginning. Once the client says yes, it's like, holy moly, now I have to do the purchasing, I have to do the design, I have to do the contract, then I have to do the work at that time. I had no employees, so that was it.
Yeah, all these other things that you don't think of when you go from an employee to a business owner. Like there's all this other
marketing,
admin stuff. Yeah.
Oh, so you won the bid, you're doing the job, and it's hard. You already put in a bid for another one, but wait, you have to invoice the first one. So now you have to sit down and invoice the first project you just finished. Mm-hmm. So then it just snowballs. I was like 3, 4, 5 invoices behind. I'm just working, and I wasn't getting paid. I was like, yeah, so bad.
Oh, yeah. But you mean you did the work, but you didn't do the admin work to actually send them the invoice? Okay, hard lesson to learn. Hard lesson to learn. Okay, so there's a good one. First lesson there is if you're making the transition from being a highly skilled technician to starting your own tech services company, remember that the admin work is equally as important as the tech work. The tech work is how you deliver value, but the admin work is ultimately how you get paid.
And sales, and it's just not, you start your company now, the clients are falling on you. You have to look for clients.
Okay.
But it teaches you a lot about yourself. That you can handle it. It builds your character. Plus, it makes you respect your employees more. Mm-hmm. Once you start having the pain that salesperson goes through, the engineer, the installers. So it's like even for me now, when I have installers doing a project for me, this project's gonna take me 3 days. But wait a minute, I've done it 5 years ago, and it took me a day and a half. So now, you know what it takes, you respect that work, and you don't get scammed. Mm-hmm. Plus, you respect your employees now because you feel how your admin feels, your marketing, all
right.
This.
You have that empathy from walking the same path, and I would expect that your employees had the mutual respect for you because they also knew that you've walked through their shoes.
Exactly.
So when you're asking them to do something, they knew that you have already done it. You're not asking them to do something you wouldn't. You know, you're not just delegating because you don't want to do it. They feel more engaged in the team because they know you've already done it.
Exactly.
Okay. What other things? You said it helps build character. Give us some of those grind stories. Roll back the clock 15 years ago now. What was one of those early times where you were really questioning whether this was the right idea? I'm sure you had an experience like that.
Yeah.
Or someone was telling you, like, this is not going to work, go back and get a job.
Yes.
Give us one of those stories.
Well, I mean, it cost me my marriage. So yeah, I got divorced because of that. Just because I had the beginner's luck. The first 3 months, I got busy, like overwhelmed busy. But then it slowed down. So for 6 months, it was like kind of dead. I mean, not dead, but it wasn't like as busy as the first 3 months. So that kind of like it took a toll on the personal relationship.
Yeah.
But it meant to be.
That's a hard social aspect of committing yourself to the business.
It's a dream.
It's inevitable that you're going to spend more than 40 hours a week working on the business because there's more than 40 hours of work to do.
That's
right?
true.
So that's a huge shift from when you're working as the employee to then when you are the business.
But the thing is, you work more, you make less, but you enjoy it more. And you
Well, that's what we tell ourselves.
Yeah.
That's how we justify it. That's not always the truth, but that is how we justify it.
Yeah.
In your journey, how did you get over this hump where the beginner's luck, everyone needs beginner's luck, it's good to get lucky.
Yeah.
And then you had this trough where clients stopped coming in as easily, but you still need to run the machine. And I'm presuming now that you're smiling, telling the story, that it's going well now. So how did you cross over that gap?
You just stick with it. It's life. It's part of life. Life goes up and down, and you just don't give up on any problems you have. Once you have any obstacles, you just keep going. You have no choice in life. That's how we survive.
Do you have a support group, or you have a new personal connection that helps you ride these bumps?
No, I just I'm a survivor, so I don't know.
You're a lone spirit.
Yes.
Nice. How do you manage the stress? So you got to be doing something, like you're working out, you're reading books. How do you blow off steam?
Play soccer.
Yeah.
I play soccer a lot, and I go to the gym. So yeah, working out, activity helps me a lot. Being active, play soccer, and at the gym, and just enjoy nature.
And this helps you manage stress.
Yeah.
Because your life is still stressful.
You have to. Yeah, you have. I think that's as important as work. To relieve the stress relief, it's very important to balance.
Yeah. Because otherwise you start losing creativity. Is that how you feel, or you just lose energy?
You lose creativity. You won't enjoy your work as much. That's the whole point of I do this not for the money, but because I like helping people and supporting people. And it's nice when you walk into a company. Now it happened to us a couple of times. It started from scratch. You build that company from scratch, from the first computer, the first phone, the first cable. You build their website, and now it's a multi-million-dollar company. It makes you feel something. It's not about the money. It's just it makes you feel like
you're part of their creation.
Yeah,
right on.
And the achievement.
Excellent. Tell us about the type of clientele that you serve in that capacity.
We serve. I mean, I have ADD. If you haven't noticed, so we serve any vertical.
Yeah.
When I started the company, I refused to be at the mercy of any specific vertical because the industries go up and down.
Sure.
So
especially from your root story in the global financial crisis, I guess that's still a hard lesson that you had to accompany.
Exactly.
Tell us about one of the more this example that you said where you started with them at the beginning and now you can see their business has grown. What type of client is that?
Actually, it was a IT training.
Cool.
Yeah, and it was an IT training company. We built their studio and a call center. So the call center started from 1-2 employees, and then after a couple of years it was sold at $42 million.
Whoa.
Yes.
That's a big win.
Yes. For them.
Cool.
But yeah.
What's that? you as the IT provider, what does that journey look like? Because you're watching their roadmap through the lens of IT, and especially how long? What was the time period? Like starting when until when that they started their company to sold?
5-6 years.
So they were crossing through COVID, or this was a pre-COVID
No,
thing?
pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID. Okay, but we're talking like 2010 to 2015, something like that.
They started 12.
Okay.
12 to like 17.
All right. So we're rolling back 10, 15 years ago of technology. What was the call center technology through that experience for them?
It was hit and miss. It was a hit and miss on their part because they were building it from scratch too. So we built the infrastructure for them, and at that time we weren't doing VoIP in-house. Now we do, but back then we were just looking for the right solution and the right vendor for them.
Yeah. How many employees did they grow to at their largest?
185.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of phones.
A lot of phones, the company was split between phones, and they have studios where they shoot the training videos.
Right,
for
okay.
IT. So they shoot
Sweet.
like videos, and then they grew from IT. So they start shooting other videos, teaching people how to do it. So and they had their own LMS, and they start selling the product.
And it sounds like you were very integral in the whole business. It's not like you were just selling them VoIP services.
No, we were doing the whole IT. So we have to, back up all those videos that were shot, because you cannot just reshoot all those videos because the instructors cost a lot of money, the production. So once you shoot the video, you have to back it up. And then, so we were like doing the IT for them, secure their IT, back it up, and all that.
Nice. How did you establish that level of trust early on? Because you're a strategic part of the team, it sounds like.
Yes.
How did you earn their trust?
Well, my speech is always I tell to our potential clients, I don't want to be a bill. Just like you're paying the electric bill or phone bill. We're a partner of your business. Bring us to the table and let us share the experience with you. And if you're growing, we want or give you a direction how to grow and more to make you more efficient. I just want to send you a bill every month, and that's it.
Right. Well, can you think back of something that you did to like put that into action so that they just don't hear it from you, they experience it, so that it's more than you just saying, "Oh, we want to be your partner." Anyone can say that. How did you actually get them to trust you?
I think by nickeling and diming with the clients. Sometimes you give them you just overlook some stuff. You just give them, this product is, it's for free, or like you give them something, it's on the house. So you build that relationship with the client.
You're speaking to their wallet through the budget.
Exactly.
Okay.
And people buy from people, like they say. So it's business before profit is relationship, and we have a relationship with all clients.
Nice. What's the average length of a client relationship that you've had in the last 15 years? You have anyone that has been with you since the beginning?
Yeah.
Wow. That's very common. Like, we've done a few of these interviews. Many MSPs still have the same original clients 15, 20 years
and
later.
And they look at you like you're like the kid. Oh, I remember when you first started, and it's like, and they grew with you, and at the end we both grew at the same time. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The last person we had on here got invited to one of his clients' weddings.
I get those all the time.
Well, see, that really reinforces the point that this is a relationship. You're not reselling services to them. You're not reselling VoIP phones to them. You're a strategic relationship to help build their business.
That's true.
And you got to remember that.
And all our clients, they tell us that we have access and we know more about their business than they do.
Totally, probably because you do know the technology.
Yeah.
Right? That's your job.
And we have access to their servers, to their infrastructure. So you cannot just pick up any IT or MSP from the street. Mm-hmm. You have to have that trust and the relationship with them.
Beautiful. Excellent. Well, Fouzi Bouzid from Technology Style. Great to have you here at the MSP Expo in Fort Lauderdale, sponsored by the Managed Service Provider Association of America. Love hearing your story. Very glad to have you. Right on.
Thank you.